I am not seeing it under Circle of Land.
Try harder.
Yourself. Hi.
And we're live.
Thank you much for joining us. Let's jump right in and introduce the players. Why don't you start us off?
Who?
Whizbang!
Hey! I'm Tom. I'm playing Boop Whizbang, the incredibly addled and apparently senile and deaf gnome forest wizard. Wait. Forest gnome wizard.
It's bleeding over into reality. Look out.
Yes.
We'll jump over to Eldon next.
I am Corey. I play Eldon Goodfield. He's a halfling Circle of the Shepherd druid.
Renyon.
Hi. I'm Jeff. I'm playing Rinyan, the paladin of Sylvanus, who's having an okay time.
Quentin.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm playing Quentin, and he is a half-elf rogue mastermind who's taken up the Hexblade.
And I'm Michelle, playing Dolaris, the unlucky cleric of tomorrow.
Oh, so unlucky.
And I am Cecil. I am the tour guide for the Velkyn Weave, showing them around the Forgotten Realms. Currently, we're at day 3 of the Fey Market. And, well, I will let the characters, the players, explain to you what is going on and what they're concerned about today.
Everything.
As they wake up in their wagons and discuss what they're after. Take it away,
I'm
folks.
exhausted. I
Yeah,
just
me
slept
too.
through the whole night. I'm tired.
At this point, Eldon's
So,
already up and has gotten himself breakfast. He's actually slept like not a baby. Baby sleep terrible. He slept like a coma patient. He's in great shape. He's rounding up like coffee and breakfast for the rest of you bums that had a hard time sleeping.
It's not a hard time sleeping. It's just I'm not sleeping as well as I could.
And Quentin still looks like he's missed a day of sleep, but when he went to sleep, he wrapped a wet towel around his head, and now this morning when he took it off, it looks like he's got the worst case of hat hair that you've ever seen.
We will have to get you a hat to cover that up, poor man. Oh my God. Go dunk your head in a bucket of water or something.
No. It's all part of my plan. Think about
Look
it.
like you're crazy. It's worked well for me.
What did Eskin look like? It looked like he should have been wearing a hat, but he wasn't, right? I want to give the impression that I should be wearing a red hat. But I never say that I should be wearing a red hat, just that I have a bad case of hat head. See?
He has unseen hat head.
So it's
That's
not
clever.
about the lies you're telling, it's about the lies you're not telling.
It's people are making assumptions. I don't even need to say anything. I'm in their mind before I say a word.
Yeah.
He's making use of implications.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. There's an implication. All right.
And if
So,
anyone is
about-
confused about that,
Join the crowd.
the council members and their agents are the only ones allowed to wear a red head covering within the Fey Market. Okay, back to you guys.
So, are we doing something with apples?
What? Why
You got
apples?
a bunch of apples, don't you, Quentin?
Actually, I handed them out to little kids in the market, and
Most of them fed them then to my goats after that.
Correct. And I did find out afterwards that the apple vendor that I was buying from was a hag. So she was a
How
nice
did you
hag.
find out? Who told
it
you?
was an offhand comment, and she confirmed it.
She certainly was the nicest hag we've met so far. That's for certain.
Yes, I
Well,
mean,
we've
wonderful
killed all the others, so she's certainly the luckiest hag we've
Well,
ever seen, too.
They kind of pick fights with us. To be fair, I don't.
Yes.
I didn't
Flat out
want to throw the one into the chest and then chop her feet off, but stuff happens.
It does.
She was trying
Hag
to
life.
drown the material world in endless water. So
Is there like a word we can use that's not hag for the ones that are nice to us?
Witchy woman?
That doesn't seem.
Coffee.
ask.
This one. Coffee.
more coffee. Got it.
Yes.
All the coffee.
Wait, so we were trying to help Kira find out who was stealing from her shop, and that led us to now. And now we followed now to the Unseelie part of the Fey Market.
Where she was
And-
visiting retained obliviousness.
Exactly. And obliviating many things that we don't know. Just kind of the point. And then she was visiting the hag with the apples, who hadn't seen her in a week, but she's been there every day. I'm very confused.
Or so she thought.
Right.
She's having her
right.
memories change, is what it seems like. So she could literally not have to lie about stealing stuff, is what it seems like. Because she didn't know or couldn't remember that she was stealing stuff.
And it's unclear whether she started it and then just it's perpetuating. So, she could be the one doing it. If I was doing it, I would probably have some type of secret journal or something, but I'll put some more thought into
I
it.
don't know. That seems like
Why would you want to put
liability.
evidence in writing?
Yeah, I'm kind of with the lyrics on that one. It's
I
just-
can write in code in such a way that only I understand it.
Yeah, but why even do that? Why leave a paper trail of any sort at all if you can avoid it?
Because
So he
sometimes
doesn't
it's useful
forget.
to know if you actually did steal something.
But it definitely seemed like she didn't think she did. It's either her or the gnomes that run that place, right?
Well, it doesn't matter at this point because the deal that we'd struck with Kira is over. The item was stolen, the Korad hair, so she's no longer able to fulfill it. So when I left the market, the Furbolg Knights noticed that I was wronged, which is why when we go in today, we need to speak with them and then may end up speaking with the council and see what type of compensation we get for it. So that whole thing is done in my eyes.
Is this
And
really
some of our other magically enhanced companions were going to use magic to find our Korad hair, I
What?
believe, is what we discussed. In some
Right.
Oh, right. There's a
preparatory
spell
way.
for that.
You're
There
going
is
to
a
do your homework to find such an object, I believe.
And I also need to follow up with the Goblin Lamp Seller about the request for information I put in that I traded all the tchotchkes for.
So maybe we could take care of that first if we want, but I feel like we should get the Furbolg Knights and then cast Locate Objects so we can take them directly to the proof instead
Unless
of
they've
going
already-
there ourselves.
Right, unless they've already figured it out. They may have taken care of it overnight, and we just may find the results when we get there.
Well, let's see what
I
the,
wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, I can dream.
Hmm.
We are always the most competent people in the story. I mean, in the room.
It's
mean,
terrible burden.
in the Fey
terrible
market.
burden.
Well, what are these nonsense words you're using, Bo?
It's a metaphor. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Well, we may get, like you said, go before the council. If that's the case, we may get to meet our, mysterious patron that's been looking out for us that helped us get in here.
And whom we should show absolutely no recognition of whatsoever.
I mean, sure.
I
But, I
guess.
was thinking about that pilfered potion of autumn, and we
What?
should.
What pilfered? It wasn't pilfered. What are you talking about?
Not by
Acquired.
us, by someone else,
The-
of course.
The happened upon.
Just call it the potion. Is this your first day of criminal accessory?
Not criminal. Ex-nay on the iminal cray.
Mm.
Well, regardless, you should,
Delirious, eat something, please. You need some energy.
Oh, okay.
we should hide the potion in another potion bottle. So I've got an
Ooh.
empty potion of the growth there. We can doctor that bottle up to look like the autumn one.
I
Or
like
how
it.
about we just hide it instead of making it look like we have something we shouldn't have?
Sure. Where are you going to hide it?
We could bury it.
Yeah.
Bury it under the wagon. Wagon's not moving.
Magic item in camp, unprotected for hours. What could go wrong?
Carry it with you then.
We got out with it fine. I think we're all right.
Okay.
I think if we were going to get caught with it, it would have been leaving, more than likely.
Yeah,
That's true.
sure.
Okay.
And I
Let's go to
believe
the flea
that
market.
Bope did some mumbo jumbo over that potion.
Yes. An identification spell.
It allows for traveling, and there are 5 swigs in there. You
Traveling.
estimate that it will take you to the Feywild proper.
Ooh.
Is that a one-way trip?
If there's 5 swigs, sounds like it.
Woo.
Unless somebody wants to go by themselves.
What about 5 there, back there, right? So it's one way. If you were in the Feywild, would it get you out?
Your impression is that wherever it is imbibed, it will take you to the Court of Autumn.
Oh.
Well, by the way, this will take us to the Court of Autumn. There's enough to go around. Once.
Question. Is the Court of Autumn unseelie territory?
I don't know. Is the Court of Autumn unceded territory? I look to Renyon. You know a lot about the Fae.
Unfortunately, their structure is not what I focused on.
That
What did
seems
you focus on?
more of a subjective thing. As I understand it, truly unseelie are more winter bound and seelie are summer bound. When you get to spring and autumn, it becomes a little more flexible.
And even the Winter Court and Summer Court are not necessarily unseelie. You do have an unseelie court in each of them as well.
Oh.
Say, Bope, what does that potion bottle look like?
Well,
Why do you need to know?
I hold it up and you see the brownish hue and the autumn leaf hanging from the brown cork. And
Gotcha. Just taking a mental snapshot of it. Gonna fake up a bottle later.
Why?
Why not? At some point, somebody might
It's-
come looking for it, and then you toss them the fake one, and you get 6 seconds so we can all take a sip.
It's a. It seems to be made of some sort of crystal that is as clear as glass, And as you look at the liquid inside it, the liquid seems to have scenes of a stream running through a autumn woodland.
Oh, and there's a pine cone on it.
Yep, there's a pine cone on it.
It's very
That's
pretty.
the best part. I bet you could dip it in the potion for added, spices and whatnot.
Fiber? Oh.
No, I'll just fill the fake one with some poison.
Dang, man.
Hey, if it comes to it where I have to throw it to give it to somebody else, obviously I'm not doing it willingly, and they can pay the consequences.
I don't like having two of a suspicious item upon us.
Do you know how many suspicious items I have on myself right now?
No, and I don't want to know.
Delirious, I bet
Just-
you probably have a few suspicious items on yourself as well.
Yes, I do, but nothing that was taken out of the Fey market.
I noticed you carefully didn't say stolen.
Hey, she's learning.
Nothing. This is not my first day as an accessory.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're right, Rennie. Here. Oh, yeah. Sit. Kneel down so I can pat you on the head.
You are now ready to re-enter misplaced values and lie like a true believer.
Who are you talking to?
You.
You saying I couldn't lie well before? Excuse you.
We'll have to have a lying contest sometime.
Oh no, I
I don't wanna be the judge
I
of
don't
that.
lie for sport, only for when my life is at stake.
Well,
Say,
yeah.
Cecil, is there any news of the that forest shenanigans that was headed our way?
The
Oh,
blight.
the blight? Yes, the blight is apparently on the move. It has advanced quite a ways. They estimate that it will be here and probably engulf the market, at the very least the outer market, by day 5.
Is anyone doing anything about that? Out of curiosity.
Well,
I suspect I know the answer.
They've just really kind of figured out what's going on, and so they most of the time so far has been spent trying to figure out how much time there really is. Because if they could have gotten away with not doing anything, they would have.
Yeah, that checks out.
So
Unfortunately,
they have. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, as much as I am loath to say it, I would rather go put an end to the blight than have to spend a day here if possible. And while the Fae are distasteful, the blight is a real threat to our world.
That's true.
Has the seer contacted us? Considering
No,
it's on his side, and he should be aware of this.
You haven't seen him since then.
Interesting.
What a surprise.
I could send him a message if we want to do that.
What about the kobold that we encountered when we dealt with those kobolds? Were they in the Reaching Woods?
Yes.
Yep. Similar problem?
Yeah.
Same
What
cost?
What about that little like kobold commander, the one that spoke common, the shield bearer guy?
Yeah, I could send him a message, but I don't speak undercommon.
Did he only speak undercommon? I thought he spoke common.
I thought y'all conversed in undercommon.
I think I remember that.
I can
Right.
phonetically write out a message for you if you like.
Yeah, that may work. That may work.
Yeah, whatever you want, I'll translate it over for you. Write it down.
Yeah, we can work that out while we wait in line if you want.
Sure. So we're queuing up then to head on in for the day?
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, you're queuing up, and it is quite crowded, although you do hear quite a bit of discussion about the blightness coming this direction, or as they call it, the deadness, the walking trees. You've got some folks saying that they're going to head out at the end of tomorrow, so that hopefully they can get out of here before it gets to the area of the market.
Man, what a bummer. All this way and then the blight. I can only imagine the market must have swindled some forest in the past, and this is retribution coming for it.
Right. Well, what do you want the now this doesn't go both ways. I can only send our little kobold friend a message. It's not going to come back to me. He can't send anything back.
Oh, no reply?
This is where I send a little birdie to go speak to him.
Gotcha. What about something like Velkyn Weave in Reaching Woods, Forest Blight coming to Fey Market, interested in fighting it?
Yeah, interested in fighting it? Come on out.
Or instead of Velkyn Weave, Dragon Freers say
Dragon Freers. Yep, they know that's what they know it says, right? Yeah, I can do that. You want to write that out phonetically in Undercommon so I can?
Yeah, I'll maximize the message, packing all the info we can into however many words you can send.
Perfect. And I'll this be appropriate. I'll send a bat with that message.
Nice.
Okay, and what exactly is that message? Do you have 25 words, or
You do an animal.
Yeah, I'm doing animal messenger.
Okay.
It doesn't have a limit on it.
Oh,
nice.
okay. So
Even better than sending.
It just has to. The animal travel for a full 24 hours if necessary to get there.
Okay, so I'll just translate the message. We can be wordier. So something like, the Velkyn Weave, the Dragon Freers, send our regards. We're located in the Reaching Woods at the Fey Market, and a blight is approaching us, similar to the one that afflicted your kin. Do you have an interest in fighting it, or are you currently doing so? We're at the market for another 2 days. And then anything else you want to add, I'll translate.
Yeah, just come on out and help.
it says you also speak a message of up to 25 words.
There it is. Yeah,
Okay.
looking for the number 25. Apologies.
So what I just said, cut a word here or there if need be, but I think it's pretty close.
Dragon Freers need your help fighting blight and reaching wood at the Fey Market. Come help if you can. That's only 19.
You are strong and mighty.
Oh, there we go. That's perfect. That is perfect.
Okay.
Little flattery
Ready.
never goes amiss.
That leaves one extra word. That's 24.
Maybe put a word to indicate haste somewhere in the message.
Excelsior.
Hurry.
Hurry. Let's just go with hurry. Yeah, let's just go
Sure.
with hurry. No need to put on airs with our kobold companions.
Is that what Excelsior means?
I don't know.
It all sounds more impressive in Undercommon anyways. So I translated out on a nice sheet of vellum for you and hand that over.
So you're going to have this bat that flies out there, then awkwardly spits out some undercommon in a southern drawl with just horrible accent.
Well, I'll have you say it a couple times and
Just want to
critique you.
practice. Yeah, okay. I'll practice. Yeah, all right. I think I can do it this time.
Like, no, you speak it through your nose.
From the back of the throat.
There's a hiss there. I didn't. All right. I didn't. I don't know if I can make that noise.
Turn into a snake.
Then I can't make the rest of the noises.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to give me a D20 roll?
Certainly.
Can I be aiding him to give him advantage?
I'm assuming you are aiding him.
I am a master type of linguist. Good with voices and all that.
17.
Okay.
Excellent. Almost like you're a Menzo Baronzon native. Almost. More like from the slave markets, but close. Close.
All right, I'll take it. I guess.
It was a compliment.
It almost sounded like one. Yeah.
Okay, the bat is off.
Fly.
Eagle. Scream.
That's about our luck.
Yeah.
Hey, what happens if you send one of those from within the Fey market?
Don't know. Never tried it before.
And today's not the day to experiment.
I'd rather not risk it at the moment. I think you'd probably agree. But we could try to send a message to the seer from in the Fey market if you want. That could be funny as hell.
Maybe. Actually, would that be very good to try and find somebody? You just follow the animal messenger then?
As long as they're nearby, but usually it's birdie or something like that. And it's sometimes hard to follow a bird, or as the crow flies, as it were.
Can you choose the animal and just choose
Certainly.
an ox?
How
about?
No, not usually like that. It
Oh,
kind of works best to have a. It's just silly to send an ox to send a message. They're not going to be able to travel that far, and
but they're slow. You could follow them. To Quentin's point.
it does have to be a tiny beast, for the record.
Oh,
Baby
okay.
ox.
How about a tiny ox? Okay. Man, this line is.
It can't be a land animal. It just has to be a tiny beast.
And the target has to be alive. It can't just be
forever.
the hair of a Korad.
Yeah, it's
Sad.
got to describe the recipient of the message. So I'm describing, it's the kobold you find in this cave, and give the location. He carries a great shield and stuff like that.
And you also have to give it a location.
Yeah, generally.
So you can't say just search out
No, yeah.
the seer somewhere within the world.
You specify a location which you have visited, and a recipient that matches a general description. So I don't know if the seer's still here or not.
Well, how many people are we behind until we reach the entrance?
How many people do you want? How much time do you want? Put it that way.
I don't know,
Oh,
seems
look,
like
we're
we
there.
killed a
Yeah,
bunch.
you can be up front if you want the time to have gone by.
I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. You're face to face with the furbolgs now.
I look up at the
Little peoples.
we're here seeking entrance, and I have a grievance to follow up on. I've been wrong.
Yes. We have found the two merchants who have taken from you. They claim that they did not realize that they were harming a customer.
Oh, they just thought they were stealing from another vendor.
So is it permissible then for vendors to steal from one another?
It is not as bad as offending a customer.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you're looking out for the customers, but still seems kind of shitty to me.
Rules of hospitality and all.
Exactly.
So how does this play out?
In some ways, you are guests here.
As long as we behave.
Vendors should be strong enough to protect their own stuff.
So do we get to find the identities of the thieves? And what about the stolen merchandise? How does this work out for me? Because it's all about me.
Yes, it's two gnomes, and they will no longer be allowed to be vendors here.
This is my surprised face.
Yep.
Whoop, where to go?
And your property can be returned. You can claim it.
Where do we do that at?
Suppose
At
that's
the
one way
council
to
seat.
solve it.
At the council seat. All right.
What happens to all their stuff?
A great question.
Well, some of it will be returned to those who do own it, but others, they can take their other stuff with them. They're just not allowed to sell or trade here.
Hmm.
We should maybe go talk to council pretty soon then if we want to
Yeah.
seek recompense.
Mm.
And then, follow up with Kira and the goblin lamp merchant.
Seems possible then Kira's stolen goods may have been returned to her if they were caught.
Indeed.
Yeah, would you fellas know about that? If the other vendors' stolen goods were returned to them or not?
I believe so, but I do not know for a fact.
And they may not consider items stolen from another vendor as in fact stolen.
Well,
Since they should be strong enough to defend their stuff.
probably still considered stolen. They just don't get all uppity about it.
I wave back at the line of people that we're holding up with our conversation. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
You do get a little bit of grumbles, but there's other furbolgs that are taking up the slack. So you're not holding up as many people as.
Good. I'm glad it's not like a single file line the entire way.
Correct.
It's like an amusement park with like 15 different lines.
Yeah, we're
There's
just
like
doing
turnstiles that people are just like going through. Ka-chung, ka-chung. Person with a clicker.
Well, thank you, Brave Knights. I think we'll be on our way.
Okay. Council seat is at the center.
All right.
All right.
I think we should head there then.
To the
Yeah.
council seat.
Delirious, do
What?
we need to carry you there while you take a nap?
Can any of you lift me?
We could probably hire like a rickshaw type vehicle or something.
You wanna hop on my shoulders and find out?
No.
Soul boat.
Okay.
Turn into a horse.
Oh, there you go. That's much better.
What? Yeah.
Sleep and stand up. Yep. Let's just get moving. All right. Let's
Yeah.
head on over there.
Okay, as you're headed out there, you get there's a few criers out on the in the market area, and they're saying something about the toad in the road.
The
Say
wolf.
again?
The what?
Did you say the toad of the road?
The toad in the road.
The toad in the road.
Yes, apparently it is a race that is scheduled for later on in the afternoon. And come one, come all. We're looking for participants as well. You are more than welcome to come join, or you could just sit on the sidelines and place your bets.
Can you shape change to participate in this race?
Yes, you certainly may. In fact, we have folks here who will help you do so.
You trying to volunteer me for a race of some kind, Delirious?
I'm just creating an opportunity for you. Whether you take it is up to you.
Is there a prize for a winner there, sir?
Most certainly. Most certainly. On top of all the crickets you can eat.
Oh, wow. So you hear that, Delirious? All the crickets.
Well, depending on what you change into, that may be tasty.
Continue.
Woods,
Apologize.
you change into frogs. Not actual
Oh.
toads. You're a frog, but frog in the road doesn't sound nearly as phonetically intriguing
It
as
doesn't
toad in the
rhyme.
road.
Toad would just be silly. A frog race is much more practical, yes.
Oh.
Now, do you have to eat the crickets all at once when you win, or can you take them with you? Because I know a guy who loves.
No, you eat them right there. But there's also you can take some with you.
You're saying, but there's more.
Oh yes, it depends on how many entrants we get.
And what time's the race?
It'll be almost when the sun gets right over that point right over there, and time is late afternoon, probably about 3 o'clock.
Do we have to sign up in advance or do anything fancy, or just kind of show up and
just show up and let them know that you're wanting to get there. If you're going to participate, you probably want to be there a little bit earlier, though.
Ribbit?
Renyon, please, can you enter this race? Please. I really want to see you as a frog.
Oh, then I second the motion.
No.
But the motion's
Absolutely.
been seconded.
That's nice and all.
Seconded.
I'm executing executive privilege.
Who says you have executive privilege?
What happened to listening to your elders? You young whippersnapper up.
I listen. I don't have to follow.
You're nothing more than the sap of a young tree.
But if you're interested in that kind of thing, tomorrow there's the bug brawl.
Is that where you turn into bugs and fight?
Yes, over in the battle pits. Not just bugs, big bugs.
Wait, is this the battle royale that we were told about?
No, the battle royale is the last day.
What's the town? We're on day 3, right?
Yeah, you're on day 3.
Out of
day 3 is jousting at the battle pits.
Okay.
I assume the jousting is on like an unusual mount that's not a horse.
You ride humans, actually.
Well, no, I was thinking more like dinosaurs.
You could ride a horse if you wish. It's not always the most likely to win that way.
I'm just trying to follow the pattern of events. You know, it's you turn into frogs and race, you turn into bugs and fight. So I just assumed the jousting would be not on horses. Like that would be the thing.
I think most folks do use horses. Not everyone.
It's a lack of imagination.
Say what?
No, it is tradition. Tradition.
What's traditional about racing is frogs.
Frog races?
Why are we arguing with this man? We have things to do. We just come back for the frog race later.
Take me away from here.
Yeah, I'm just.
We have frog races.
Thank you for the information about the frog races. I'm pushing Delirious away from this poor man.
We always have frog races, though. What are you talking about? You hear him muttering as he wanders off to try to talk up somebody else as far as the toad in the road.
You never had other traditions than the ones you're familiar with?
Well, she probably had, to be fair.
Are you talking to me?
I would think someone raised in a place as diverse as Waterdeep would have.
Exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your question?
We'll ask you tomorrow when you're feeling better rested.
Oh,
I tug on the guy's like arm sleeve to grab his attention as he's wandering away.
Oh, yes. What? Any other questions?
Yeah, are you like a freelance crier, or are you only advertising specifically for this event? Because I've got some info that's pertinent to the market that people might want to know about.
Really?
Oh,
How much
dear.
do you have?
This is gonna be great.
It's actually pretty good, and it affects anybody who's here to buy.
Okay,
And
how much do
everybody-
you have?
Oh, like words?
No, he's
No.
talking con.
Payment.
What's the payment for this?
What are you dealing? Gold, little memory.
Senses.
Gold works.
Gold?
Yeah, gold works.
Mercenary.
Yeah, 10 gold.
I can get you three criers for that.
Okay, so here's what's going on. Out in the material world outside of where we're at right now, where all the people who are here to shop today have set up their camps, there is a blight racing through the woods towards them, and it's going to fall upon them by the end of day 4. So people who are lining up to get inside are kind of panicking and looking to leave early, so they may not even be here to shop on day 4 and 5. So very important information to anyone selling stuff today who may want to set prices appropriately. It's a buyer's market. And I'll work with...
Tell you what, take that one by the council seat first before, because I'm the one who would get in trouble for spreading the word out and scaring away customers. That's not a good thing to do here.
That's why I was hiring somebody and not saying it myself. Okay. Well, thank you. We'll be on our way.
That fellow's got above average intelligence right there. Good for him.
I'll tip him the silver.
He looked like he was very intimidated by the thought of saying something like that.
All right. Well, I'll still tip my hat and a silver to him, and we'll be
okay.
Good effort, though. Just saying, good effort.
Yeah. Good
I mean,
thought.
it sounds like we may only have today here, and if we do, well, I want to buy at the best prices possible.
You think this is our last day here?
It's your last day on this world. I swear to God, you need to take a nap.
We need to get some wake-up juice into her.
There's got to be a potion for that, but I don't know what it would cost. Probably like 2 weeks rest for you if you want to get pepped up for today.
No, don't waste the money. I can go on.
Actually, your sense of taste for a month.
She's already fallen asleep. She missed it. All right.
What?
If you want a wake-up potion, it's your sense of taste for a month, assuming they still have one at the same rate.
Oh, right.
If she's like this after a single bad night, ooh, I would not want to see her after an extended period of hard work.
This is worse than a hangover. Ugh. I mean, yeah, I don't need my sense of taste. Sure, whatever.
So maybe swing by that brewer, the potion merchant.
Brewers Guild, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's still go take care of the council real quick. Let's get it.
Onward.
Yep. Pushing her onward. Just nope, this way. Nope. A little to the left. That's a person. Don't run into that.
You like got your hands on the small of my back. Just like
Yeah. Like somebody look out for me. I can't steer this.
very ungainly.
As we're heading towards the center of the market, is it like obvious the structure we're heading towards? Is it like big and or just kind of blends in?
You've got a rather large tent set up there at in this market center. Yeah.
Seems likely. Are there?
And yeah, you've had that pointed out to you before that that's
Right.
Gotcha.
the council seat.
All right. Well, I guess heading right there, avoiding all the distractions of the commerce around us. Although if there's like a lizard on a stick, food vendor, we'll pick up one on the way.
Want some steak meat?
Yep.
Okay.
Got our standard.
There's certainly lizard on a stick if you wish.
Yeah, I'll get two. One for
Okay.
me, one for Dolores.
There's also all kinds of other critters on sticks.
Get yourself some steak meat. There you go.
I already had breakfast. Thanks.
Okay, well, I'll save the other one for later.
There you go. Pocket steak meat. All right.
Tasty.
Okay. Well, you get up to the council seat tent, and there's about 8, maybe 9 furbolgs standing out in front of it in a nice long line across the entrance there. And they look like they're ready for business. They do have a line of about 3 people that are trying to get in, and they don't seem to be having very much luck in getting the furbolgs to allow them in.
I'll go up to 1 or 2 that seem to be unengaged or queue up if that's appropriate.
Okay. Yes, what do you need?
Yeah, when we came in, we were directed here. It's about some stolen property. It was resolved overnight, the 2 gnomes that stole.
See? All of you or just you?
It's a collective thing.
Yeah, it was a group effort. It's a group property that was stolen.
Wait here for a moment. He ducks inside the tent.
And I look back at everyone and gives you the thumbs up, like, yeah.
You hear some shuffling around, and then comes back out and says, "You may go in."
Much oblige.
Thank you.
And you go inside, and it's an empty area except for 5 chairs.
Wonderful. Have a seat.
Fortuitous.
Are there people sitting in the chairs?
And no, nobody's sitting in the chair. And 1 small chair. There's also a small chair there too.
Just one?
I feel like my
Real small.
my
It
danger
wouldn't be
sense
very
should tingling.
wouldn't be very comfortable for Pope. There's 2 other appropriate sized chairs for Bope and
Oh,
for Eldon.
I think this may be a chair for peeps.
yeah, where is he?
Mm.
You hear a yawn from Eldon's cat.
Oh,
We got him.
oh, good.
This is totally a power move. Make us wait.
Well, maybe once we sit in the chairs, we'll be transported to the council chamber.
I go and have a seat.
I still don't like it.
I turn the seat around and then kind of straddle it reverse because it's cooler that way.
Do you do like the Captain Riker in the chair?
Yeah.
Commander Riker, pardon me. I don't know.
I believe it. I believe it. I'll allow it.
Flips it around and picks his leg up over the top. Has a seat.
Unnecessary leg flipping.
The name's Quentin. Stargazer.
Perfect.
Dolores just flops into the seat.
Promptly falls asleep.
Okay, you sit down in the chairs, and the area inside the tent kind of fades out, and you see sitting across from you there are 4 more chairs. These do have occupants in them, although they seem to be kind of cloaked in shadows. It says, State your grievance.
Look to Quentin.
We entered into an agreement with Kira, the market vendor, who had possession of the Korad hair, which was to be enchanted into a rope of climbing. Said item was stolen from her possession, and the Furbolg Knights indicated that the two gnomes responsible, it had been found in their possession, and we were directed here.
So you are reclaiming the
Korad hair.
You are claiming parts of dead Fae?
No one said it was
Interesting.
dead.
Korads will not part with their hair otherwise.
Well, when I
Not
took the
with
hair
him.
from it, there were no complaints heard.
As I mentioned. Dead.
This is true. It tried to kill me. It failed. I succeeded in killing it. I claimed its hair.
The one shadowy figure looks over at the others, says, "Is that an issue?" Two of them kind of hem-haw, and the fourth one says, "Certainly not." They bicker back and forth for a little bit. Give me a persuasion check.
That is a 19.
And eventually it
Sorry,
comes across.
I got to roll with a disadvantage here since I'm still exhausted. All right, that's better. So
Okay.
19 it is. All right.
They look over. That eventually comes out that no, it should not matter. The might takes it. Very well. It shall be returned to you.
it's been said that the market rules are fair, and I see that they are just. Thank you. Where do we pick it up from?
But you'll have it on your way out.
Well, alrighty then, and may we have your leave?
Oh, there was one more thing. The Korad, besides its hair, I take the Green Man amulet and toss that on the ground in front of me. This was on the Korad.
The Green Man.
Teehee.
You may have made yourself an enemy with taking away one of his servants.
Well,
That is
that fellow started it.
free information.
All right, we'll collect it on our way out. Thank you.
It will be most entertaining to observe.
There was one more item, actually, if you have a moment, if you would indulge us. Are you aware of what's happening out in the Reaching Woods, where the entrance to this Fey Market is located?
That is of no matter. It won't bother us in here.
Perhaps that's true, but you know who it will bother? All the people who come in here and shop. They're getting pretty antsy and looking to flee.
Rest assured, there will be more.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you're not concerned if everybody would take up the stakes to their tents and flee? No day 4 or 5 traffic into the market?
One day's difference won't matter. The market has been and always will be.
Okay.
They got this, I guess, long view on the market. Not super
Yeah.
capitalist, it seems.
Now the customer's always right. The customer's always there.
Yeah.
As long as they're there, they're right. If they're not there, who cares?
All right, I'll pick the amulet back up and proceed to leave.
Okay, so you get up out of your chair to grab the amulet.
Yeah.
How far out did you? Okay, as soon as you leave the chair, they're gone.
And the amulet's not in front of me?
The amulet is there.
Oh, okay. I'll pick it up then and wait for my compatriots to pop back.
Yep. Let's get out of here.
Let's go. Delirious.
Ah!
Delirious.
I got her.
Yes.
Up this way, dear. Gently. Don't fall out of the chair.
Too late.
Who let her sit on the edge? It's
Well, she wasn't when she sat down.
So I've got like a little list that I made up before falling dead asleep last night of stuff we got to do. But do you all have any personal business?
I already started with none here.
Okay. As you get up, there are a couple of furbolgs that are waiting inside the tent flap. They must have stepped in while you were having your conversation. As soon as you stand up and everything, they move forward and start moving several of the chairs out of the way and putting 2 chairs in place. And they're ushering you out of the tent.
I will let
Next.
them usher me.
Are we going to receive our stolen goods?
Yes, right outside.
All right. Fine. Yep. I leave.
Quite a turnover
And-
they have there.
And as soon as you get outside, you have a furbolg with a chest. He opens it up, kind of looks down inside, says, "Ah, yes, I believe that is yours." And he points down towards the rope. You see it sitting alongside a few other items that you noticed in the shop. Little clay balls in there, a couple of rods, and some sticks.
Which is stuff that was stolen from Kira.
Seems likely. Well,
Perhaps we need to let her
Great.
know that her items are here in case she doesn't.
yeah.
Or we just take them and then give them to her.
I don't think that's a very good idea. I'll just take the hair and not touch anything else.
Okay.
We're probably not allowed to just take. They got a process. They're very procedure oriented here. It seems
We're
like.
taking
Are-
these
are
back
they?
to Kira, we swear.
I mean, they don't really strike me as people who are super big on bureaucracy. I could be wrong.
Well, they didn't just have the hair force waiting at the gate, so there's definitely some bureaucratic hoops.
Maybe.
Does it appear to be the same hair that we gave into Kira's possession?
It looks like it has changed a little bit, yes.
Okay.
She started working on it.
I take out my little checklist and check. Okay, we talked to the market folk and retrieved the hair. So Velkyn weave. I myself would like to talk to Kira again to see if she's going to finish enchanting this, particularly since we fulfilled our end of the bargain with her.
Especially since we know
Sure.
where her stolen goods are. She
Indeed.
probably retrieve them herself now and finish the job.
And
I
also-
second the motion.
okay. And I
Here,
need to
here.
stop back at the lamp seller to get the info I requested.
Right.
Uh,
I'd like to stop by the Fabergas later, just check on the progress.
Sounds good. Cecil, which of those 3 would be like the closest to where we're at? Like if we were to do all 3, like whatever order.
Well, lamp seller is that way. Fabergas is this way. Kira's is right about in the middle somewhere along the outer ring.
Okay.
So you're going to end up having to hit one of them, either the lamp seller or for burgers, and then everything else will be en route to the other one.
Let's go to lamp seller first. You should have your information by now, right?
That's what they said yesterday.
All right. Go ahead and take care of that right now. They were near the entrance anyway, right? Let's head there and make our circuit.
My recollection, yes.
Which of those locations is close to the place that sells the lost things?
That's fairly close to the lamp seller.
Okay. Dolaris, still looking extremely exhausted, will, if she gets to sort of tag it at the end of the group, just sort of subtly dodge out.
Okay.
Make her way over to that.
Okay.
To have
Trying to be
perception.
unobserved as you dodge out.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your D20 roll.
Does Tamora grant
Stealth?
you stealth?
I can't do that to myself.
Oh.
Do I have disadvantage on skill? No. It doesn't affect my skill rolls, right?
Yeah, it's. Don't think it does.
Right,
Mhm.
all right. So
Yeah.
it's a 21.
Okay.
That's with disadvantage?
No, it doesn't affect. It says only ability checks.
That's what stealth is.
That's what skills are.
Okay, let's do that again. Oh, that one was only a 14.
Okay. 14 is still fairly impressive.
I see you.
I think that you might notice that she ducks out from the back of the group.
I'm
Is
not
there-
going to say anything.
Yeah, if I can tell where she's going and I see where she's going, I'm not going to bother her about it. Delirious can have her secrets.
Okay. Let's take care
Give
of
me my
your
pride.
lamp seller first, and then we'll get to
Yep.
your lost valuables.
If I recall, he was the little gnome or goblin type guy, right?
Goblin. He's
Yeah.
a goblin. Yes.
Good sir. Checking in this morning, you said you may have the information for me.
Yeah, you're back to reflection and recollected lamps.
Yes.
Oh. You were after
Some
kind of like
esoteric
no,
knowledge.
and language as well.
Kind of the kit and caboodle, if one were so inclined as to pose in a long-term manner as a subject matter expert on dragons. That's what I'm looking for. As I'd expect.
I have come up with what you're after. Yes, I have.
Then I think I'm very glad that I had bartered with you and paid the price that I had. I'm ready for the information.
What did you pay me?
Let me recount the wares. As I think about it. Yes, indeed. I had bartered with you the poison bowl from the Reaching Woods, which generates poison. Count them, four doses of spider poison, a dozen unseelie pastries, and pixie dust.
What?
As well as
And
3 liters of the drunk hag's finest alcohol.
that is what you gave to the Fabergas.
Oh, you're right. So
Yeah, booze
And-
have alcohol.
you're right. Just the alcohol then.
Yes, the the alcohol was a down payment for looking for this, and it opened a lot of doors. I will admit that.
So then
I do have what you're after.
So then I guess it comes down to negotiations, favors, and whether what you found is actually what I want and need.
Yes, I can enlighten you.
Can we talk about it at your counter? See what it is.
Sure, certainly.
Is it a larger than normal sized lamp, or is it a small object with great power?
He holds up a small little bullseye lantern. This is what you are after. Right here. This is what you seek.
Okay. And how's this work? Can you like move the bullseye a little bit and shine it on my face so I can get a taste of what's in there? Just to ensure the goods are genuine. I'm new here. I'm just
I don't think I could do so. It would disrupt the completeness of it.
the integrity. I understand. You know, I'm just a simple buyer and seller of stuff. Okay, let's talk price then.
Well, then. What?
Sorry, I'm a little exhausted. I didn't catch the tail end of what you were saying.
What are you offering?
I am offering my services in the mortal realm a number of days. Basically, I can steal something for you. You identify it, and I would steal it. An object worth up to 1,000 gold. Unless you had something else in mind.
Well, I'm thinking something a little bit different here. But still, I like the idea of your time in the mortal realms.
Well, I think
that will be.
I came up with that myself. You know, I'm an idea person. What did you have in mind as a counteroffer?
Let's go with 100 days.
Oof, 100 days. And that would be the memories in here, the complete Draconic language, and the expertise on Draconic lore that I was seeking?
Yes.
100 days. And would those be called in one lump sum? Or just whenever I'm in between adventuring?
No, it would be one lump sum.
Okay, but so is that it would not coincide with my obligations to the organization that I belong with. Basically, you know, it would be during my lifetime, but the next time that I have a 100-day, gap in my schedule where I'm not going to be called up to service.
Right.
Fair?
That sounds quite fair.
One moment. Allow me to confer with my colleagues.
By all means, by all means.
Bope, Renian, Eldon. Chances are I'm going to get really screwed with this, but you're going to be there to see it happen. And I just want you to get the chance to say, don't do it now.
That does seem like an awful lot of time. Now, granted, you live a while, I assume. I don't know exactly how old you are. I'm assuming you're younger than Bope. No offense, Bope.
Oh, much
That's
younger.
not hard.
But I mean, we're talking less than a third of a year. Is that worth it to you?
Well, I mean, 100 days, if you figure how long would it take you to master the language? And if I'm looking to, fully delve into another persona, setting up a good persona is tough, paperwork and all. But I'm assuming that there's some perfunctory memories that go with this, as well as the exact draconic lore. I mean, that's even more detailed than the draconic language. It's something that I wouldn't be able to master in
In 100
100
days.
days.
Yeah.
But can you try just negotiating, like talking them down a little bit? Like
Maybe,
90 days.
see if you can get something off the top there. Shave it a little bit down. What do you think, Renyon?
I I do detest the personages, perhaps maybe not the personages, but this line. However, I do have my own obligations and fealties for those who taught me, and this is another method in so much. 100 days. Now, one of the things that you will probably want to iron out and to get spelled out in some type of contract or writing is what will be expected of you. Is that 100 days of assassinations or 100 days of menial labor?
That's a good point.
He's got a great
That is a
point
good
there.
point.
Yeah. What skill set is he expecting you to use during this 100 days?
So, turn back to the lamp maker. My colleagues bring up two important points. First, I would counter with 75 days, given the amount of time that it would normally take the mastering of the language, and what type of services is expected during that time frame, and in which plane of existence.
Oh, it's just your time. And 90.
I would settle at 80, and as long as this duty does not bring me to Menzo Baronzon.
85.
And no mental bears on?
85, no Menzo Baronzon, and no Order of the Gilded Eye.
Done.
I reach out and shake his hand.
Glad
Okay.
I'm not there.
All right, and I'll pick up the bullseye lantern and
and he sits you down
okay.
over here in a kind of a dark area of his little office, and just shines the light on you, and that's all it took.
Okay, when it's done, I kind of
Do give me let's say an intelligence or a wisdom save, your choice.
I'll go intelligence here, rolling on D&D Beyond. 24.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
The best I could possibly.
Yeah. That is very good. Okay, roll me a d4.
I don't have disadvantage on those, right? It's just ability checks.
That's fine.
Okay. Two on the d4.
Okay. Renyon? Eldon? Oh,
Yes.
your little goblin says, looks at you and says, your friend here is done. You can take him with you if you wish. He will come around in a little bit. He's probably a bit addled right now.
Little nose,
Okay.
maybe.
I will hoist him up upon my back.
Okay.
Put him into a piggyback. Kind of lean forward since he's not going to be able to grip on. Lean forward to keep him
Just gonna
up there.
fireman carry him, just throw him over your shoulder.
Blue dragons
Yeah.
taste like lightning.
Fireman's carry.
gibbers.
Fireman's carry is not good for long term.
He gibbers and gibbers at you.
Tell us more about that time you licked a dragon.
The snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
Yep. And all you saw was this little bullseye lantern flashed in his face, and
Tiamat.
and then we go over to misplaced values and Delirus. What is it that you seek in this kind of trove of all kinds of things that are
Is this
just
the
scattered
proprietor?
around?
Is this you or the proprietor talking to me?
It's a proprietor.
Oh,
You see all kinds of stuff just scattered around kind of willy-nilly, and there seem to be a lot of socks here today.
oh, that's for orphans to collect, not me. You're not going to tell anyone about this, right?
Oh, heavens forbid. Only if there's a good story in it.
Well, I don't know if I have the time or inclination to be telling you stories. I don't even have their name.
Oh, okay.
So I thought maybe there'd be something of theirs here.
Well, I don't think we have lost names. That's more of a memory issue.
Well, I don't need the
We-
name. It's meaningless, but
We things and unlike your friend who is seeking lost fortunes, more of a sentimental nature here.
granted.
So, is there something that we could help you with?
Maybe not.
Could be just beyond that door over there. And he points back to where Eldon found a bunch of kids.
Staring you.
She opens up the door.
Okay. There are quite a few different animals just kind of wandering around dazedly. There's a couple small peoples that are also kind of just ignoring the animals and seem to be lost.
Small people?
Children.
I don't understand.
Find them.
What?
They're waiting for the right person to find them.
Of course. Of course, it's not about me at all. Right. Yes. I forgot. Thank you. Yes. Okay. And just so we're clear, like they aren't actually like kids for her to take away from here and like carry out, right?
No, I don't think that would be appropriate.
Okay, that's what I thought.
If they don't run up to you, I don't think it is right. They haven't been found yet.
Hmm.
And the store did not brighten up.
Of course. Closes the door. Walks out.
So that wasn't what you were after. Is there something else here we can? I'm not sure what else there could be here.
Well, I wasn't either. I just thought. No, it was foolish. Thank you for your time. Tomorrow go with you. If that means anything for you.
Okay. It sometimes does. Let's see. Give me a perception check.
Yeah. For some reason, I have trouble finding that skill. Okay, that's a 17. That's a 20. Okay, so 17, which is less than my passive perception, if that matters.
Now, right now, it doesn't really matter as much. So, and is that with or without disadvantage?
That's with disadvantage.
Okay, 17.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're turning to leave, there's a couple of dice there that look very familiar.
Why do I know these?
You remember casting some dice that looked very much like that when you were younger and trying to make your big score on, well, what you considered a big score at the time, at least. And is that possibly what you were after here?
It'll do. What do these cost?
No, it's a little bit brighter in here. Feels a little bit better. Do you feel a little bit less lost?
Oh, don't ask me tough questions. What do I owe you?
The price has been paid.
Oh, right. Thank you. Text them away. And Dolores leaves the store.
Okay. And I think that that is a good time for us to take a break before we go on to the rest of it.
Okay.
welcome back. And as I understand it, we have a few questions out there for our players.
Yes.
So let's jump right into those before we get back to the adventure. And then we'll find out what's going to happen next.
So my biggest fan, Arcline1963, asks, "What is the significance to Dolaris of the dice that she just received in the Fey Lost and Found?" So these dice, she was in one of those dice games trying to win enough money to eat or whatnot. She actually lost the dice roll, because that's what she does. And so she incurred a debt, and she had to run away from some, tough guy gang enforcers, and she ran into the Temple of Tamora to seek shelter. They couldn't get her in there. The temple kind of stood up for her a little bit, and that's why she did eventually join the Temple of Tamora.
Very faithful.
Oof.
Yeah.
So this considered good or bad luck dice?
Yes.
Yes.
Randy, yeah, yours first.
So, question from Dire Rabbit. Rinian, how much gold would someone have to offer you to ditch these fools? Well, unfortunately, that's not the right question to be asking because gold isn't all important to Rinian. There is things that could cause him to leave the party, or to seek other avenues, but gold is not one of them.
I knew you'd say that.
It just seems like he hasn't figured out a big enough number yet, really.
What is the price?
Everyone has a price.
And then
Yes, but not all prices have to be in gold.
Not all that glitters is gold.
not all that's gold glitters.
I don't. I used to know how that whole thing went, but I.
Making shit up. Who knows? And then someone asked about the goats. If they do they have a name, and if so, have they been named yet? What are their names? They are very young goats, and no, they have not been named yet, because once you start naming things, that's when you get emotionally attached, and I'm just not ready to do that.
You're already emotional.
They've already made me cry once. It won't happen again until I'm way, way more certain. All right. Yeah. There's still livestock, and Eldon's still a rancher. So there's still some practicality kind of bleeding through here. So we'll see how the next day or so goes on that. No, I'm not going to name them goat tacos.
Goat breakfast.
Cabrito.
They are apples.
Everyone start putting your goat names into chat.
We may do a goat name poll. We'll see. And then and if I don't like the poll results, I'm going to disregard them because you can't take me.
Goaty McGoatson?
We're not doing Goaty McGoatface. It's not happening.
It's happening. It's the internet. That's how it works.
Mostly just see food references in chat. Taco, burrito. Yeah, it's really just, there we go. Huevos, frijoles, and papas. So all of their last names
like
being Cabrito, of course.
Back to the market then.
Okay. Back to the market. We've got 4 of you coming out of the reflections and recollections, and 1 coming out of misplaced values and running back into each other.
No, I slip back.
Okay, slip back in.
Since I'm convinced I got away unseen.
Yep.
I was going to say
Yeah, your timing is immaculate.
Quentin's muttering random facts about dragons and looking a little crazy-eyed. And
Oh, Rednan carries him.
true.
Crazy-eyed from behind my head.
Slung over his shoulder.
No, he's 100% being piggyback carried.
All right.
I did good, Mom.
It's like black dragons live in the swamp and they can swim.
Oh, I wish I wasn't so tired because I could really enjoy this.
Delirious, watch this. Quentin, tell me about dragons.
Black dragons taste like acid.
See, what the hell does that mean? I mean,
It means black dragons taste like acid. You heard the man.
look who I got to enjoy this. Bo, come look at this.
It is.
This is hilarious. Yeah, I'm probably having no end of fun of just periodically checking on Quentin and seeing what nonsense he's muttering next.
Black dragons like gnomes.
I just
Like,
get really
for
close
friends
to
or to
nose
eat?
to nose.
They burrow.
That didn't
And
answer
it's-
my question.
Quentin's not here right now.
I get.
Okay. And were you headed over to see
Kira.
Kira next?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. Okay, back over to Kira. It takes a little bit of time to negotiate through the crowds and everything, but it's a little bit more precarious dodging with a Quentin thrown over his shoulder.
I figured he might deter some people and get them out of our way. Just a mad babbling half elf. Just
You can turn his volume up and down. So
it's true. Louder,
Like,
louder.
like stroke his ear or
Just tell him louder, and the waves part. Just
Okay. But you're over to Kira. Ah! I got word that my stuff has been found. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
seems those gnomes really goofed up by stealing the hair we brought you, because that counts apparently.
Apparently, wronging a customer is a lot worse than, say, I go and kick the shins of my next door neighbor.
Well, if that's more satisfying for you, you let us know. We'll just point to the shins you need kicking.
It is a curious sense of hospitality. The rules only apply, or it's not that they only apply, that they more rigorously apply to the customer.
well, we're the guests. Vendors aren't.
Yes, but it beholdens to an underlying sense of
I know what you mean.
the social contract, and that the guest is and that to each other they're afforded such liberties.
Well, yeah, I mean they're Fey. They think differently from
Yeah, well, those gnomes
people of
ain't
our
Fey folk.
plane.
They're just
Well-
enjoying it. I know what you mean, Rennie, and it kind of chafes me too. They're allowed to be such assholes to each other, but they got to be nice to us. Figure it should be an even playing field. Not that they should be everyone should be assholes to everybody, but should all treat each other and their customers with a measure of dignity and respect. Damn it,
Or equal assholery.
I'd prefer the other.
the memories burn like dragon.
Inner peace through lowered expectations.
Yeah, see, Quentin here, he learned some things today very rapidly, so he's a little out of it. Isn't that right, Quentin?
Knowledge is power.
Tell us about gold dragons.
So, Kira, we did see your stolen goods. Obviously, we were not able to claim them, but I imagine you'll be able to get them yourself.
Yep, I will head over there later on when I've got some of my downtime to do so.
Right. Do you think you'll still be able to finish the rope for us?
Oh, most certainly, most certainly.
All right. Well, I'll get that out of Quentin's bag or whatever, the Corette hair, and
Okay.
he's like,
Although-
"Look, getting a dragon," and just rifle through his bag. And
Although I will be rushed a little bit because, as I understand it, I have to finish it by this evening, and then I've got a request for it to go over to the Faberga's place of all.
the rope's got to go over there. Is that what you said?
Yes,
Why?
they said that they needed it for some enchantments as well.
Do we need to talk to them about that?
I think you've already taken care of it with them. I don't know.
Quentin did it.
Goats.
Yeah, but why do they need the rope? I thought they were going to make him into, something portable. Why am I talking to you like you're going to respond in a meaningful way right now? I don't know.
Dragons love goats.
Stop that. That's not funny right now. All right.
Hey, Bo.
Yes.
Give me a
Yes.
quill and some ink.
Hey, sure. I guess give her a thimbleful.
Okay.
Trying not to fall asleep. I'm going to draw a small mustache on Quentin's upper lip. And then a very small goatee on Quentin's chin. And then 2 little angry eyebrows.
Just how out of it am I?
I have a light touch.
Valid question. Yes, but it is his face still.
Okay. Now, are you using one of Bope's quills, or
Yes,
are
I asked him
you
for a
rifling
quill.
through?
I asked him for
Okay.
a quill and he tried.
Quentin's quills.
I'm not using. I don't know what his quills do, man. They do some weird shit. I don't want to. I'm not that.
Oh, okay. Okay, what kind of ink did you give her?
Just the standard ink.
Okay.
Magic.
Like spellbook ink?
No.
That stuff's expensive.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Or that's like printer ink here.
Yeah.
Some low quality beet derived ink?
Yeah. I mean, Bope's got the regular stuff.
Okay. See, and that would be. Okay, you've got the mustache, you got the goatee on there. You're starting on the eyebrows, and as you're getting in there to get the eyebrows on, you notice that Quentin's eyes kind of focus a little bit.
Oh shit.
And
Yawn.
he starts to come around. It's been a couple hours now, so
Thanks, Bo. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
And I'm tired again.
and Quentin, you're currently at Kira's. It's
Intercon.
and
Say what? How did I get to Kira's?
Rain
and it
carried
looks
him.
from the sun. It looks like it's a couple hours later from when you kind of remember things.
Did you guys set me down on the ground, or am I still slung over someone's shoulder?
I think you're still slung.
In common, then, good sir, could you kindly put me down? I'm feeling myself again. Again.
Oh.
Excellent. Was not too much of a problem.
Hey, that was a coherent sentence. Welcome back.
We thank you very much.
I'll
Took a while
squat
for him
down,
to
throw
reboot.
out and jump off.
I think we learned some very interesting dragon facts while you were woozy, but I don't know if any of them were true.
Factual dragon facts.
Thank you for subscribing to Dragon Facts. That's,
To the best of my knowledge, they were.
I'll
Yeah,
take your
I
word
believe
for
that's how
it.
that works.
I guess you're the man that knows now.
We're still trying to sort out through all the new memories.
I'll bet. I mean, snore.
You said it was a few hours, so is it getting close to frog hopping time, or not?
Frog hopping time.
An hour or two for that, but yes, if particularly if you're wanting to join in the toadness, certainly.
Well, what are our priorities here?
Well, I mean, I'd like to go talk to the Fabergas first if it doesn't take 3-4 hours, just to see what the progress is and whatnot. Before
You can fit that in there.
all right, yeah, let's see. Let's run over the Fabergas real quick and just have a chat real quick. I'd like to personally see what the progress is, if y'all don't terribly mind too much.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was the third location we were going to?
That was it.
Oh, and why do they need the rope?
That's what I want to find out. Kind of.
All
I
right.
didn't understand they need anything else, so I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm doing like a pat down to make sure I got everything still. All right, let's carry on. And meanwhile, I've got the mustache and goatee and the eyebrows painted on.
No,
Nothing
no
has been
eyebrows.
Oh, no
eyebrows.
Nothing has been removed from your person.
Didn't make it to the eyebrows before you came to. Sorry, bud.
I mean, snore.
Right. Out of it. Yeah, just push her along. She'll be all right. Yeah. Yeah, so let's head over to the Fabergas real quick. Drop in.
Okay.
Evening, folks. So
Let
for a
me
little
find their names.
progress report of some kind.
Alahin and Eva.
Yes.
That we would approach this in two different ways. Like
So
you
we-
had asked for a way to safeguard your goats.
Right. In a, portable, mobile fashion, ideally.
But they're kind of mobile as they are right now.
Right, but not safe.
But yes. So transmuting the goats into something a little bit more solid but pocketable.
Right, yeah, that would be ideal. I think that's
Okay.
what I was thinking about.
But that's only doable like once a day.
Well, I mean,
So
they can out and play. It's fine.
thinking here was that what would happen if and bouncing around as goats are wont to do, but you've already used the transmuting capability.
Wait, could you repeat
Then,
that back? I mean, you broke up a little bit, Cecil. Could you repeat that back?
but you've already used the transmuting capability on the goats.
No, the sentence before.
Well, what would happen if the goats are kind of bouncing around as goats are wanting to do? But you're still out there ready to adventure, and you've already used the transmuting capability at the time. So
I think I understand this backwards then.
yeah, so the goats wouldn't really be protected in that case. And you can't just turn them on and off too much because they are living critters and that would hurt them. So we came up with the idea of that rope that Kira is working on over at Kira's Enchantments. Or Enchantments by Kira.
Right. Copyright. Trademark.
Yeah. Well, as she put it, that she would have called it Spells by Jingo, but her name's not Jingo and it's not spells that she's doing. So it's Enchantments by Kira.
I can't argue with that logic.
Sound.
So what we figured is we would take that rope because ropes lead places. I don't know if you're aware of that. They almost always lead to an end of some sort.
It
Is
sounds
one
like a
way of looking
metaphor.
at it.
Yeah, is that a metaphor? I would point to both. Like, is that a
Pope,
metaphor?
Pope nods knowingly.
The metaphor expert.
So that can be a place for you to store the goats for a little while if you really needed to.
In the road?
The rope.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
like
sort of.
like a little trick.
Yes, exactly like a little trick.
What about
Interesting.
the enchantment that Kira was placing on it to turn it into a rope of climbing?
They should function both together if you need to.
Goats are really good climbers, for the record.
Would this little trick work for other creatures as well, or is this like a goat specific trick?
I would assume that it should work for other creatures as well, although it's not a huge area.
Big enough.
It might get a little bit uncomfortable depending on how long you're going to try to stay there.
I like this plan.
All right. All right with you folks?
If it's okay with you, it's your goats.
Well, yeah, but the whole rope thing kind of brings into question party property, and I just wanted to confer with y'all. Of course, I don't
That's
want to
all
make
right.
any. I don't want to make any assumptions.
With the understanding that if you were to leave the party, you would take the goats but leave the rope.
Oh, of course, of
I
course.
think that's implied.
I would. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, obviously. If you need me to sign something, Quentin, I'm certain I can do that.
I think
But-
he's, I think
When
that's
we
what
get
he's
back to
saying.
camp, I've got
I
some
think
paper.
that,
Of course, yeah, right.
But Evan says, but there'd still be no refunds in that case.
Oh no, you're fine. Wait, this didn't have anything to do with your job. This
Oh,
is just
okay.
personal stuff. No worries. No, you're still doing great work. Thank you.
What were you saying, Bob?
I don't remember.
Something about Mr. Peppers.
Oh, I should feed him. What are you doing, Mr. Peppers? I give him
Do
a
you
little
want to see if
carrot.
you can get him in the rope?
Oh, I'm sure he will.
It sounded a little ominous, actually.
I'm familiar with this magic. I think I may have known it a long time ago. It sounds very familiar anyway. I don't know.
familiar.
Yes.
Are we done here then? We've got some toads to raise.
Toad in the road time.
I think it's time to get froggy.
Okay. That is close by the battle pits.
Follow the
'Cause
rivets.
That's one of the few areas that
Okay, fantastic.
that's one of the few areas that they have a long enough stretch. And a stretch of about, you see tracks laid out with about 2 foot high trails laid out straight across for about 100 feet. And there's a line at the end, after which point frogs can keep going, apparently. There's plenty of area there for folks to run down and capture their frogs. And they're saying, did one of you wish to participate, or do you have a frog of your own?
I do.
I will. Either one is a possibility.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
His name is Renyon. He's looking a little green today.
I'm not. Sorry.
No, Renyon's just the sponsor. I'm gonna tap his shoulder. I'm gonna like grab onto his shoulder a little bit, hop up like you're gonna catch me, and and wild shape into a frog.
Ta-da.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Okay.
Indeed.
The frog with the little straw hat.
Yes.
Aww.
Never forget the hat.
Mm-mm.
It's aerodynamic. It's all right. Don't worry.
It is, but the science checks out.
Surprising. It's surprising. It will surprise you.
Like bumblebees being able to fly.
Little curve up top. We've got a little air pocket thing going on, like a golf ball, you know.
Does the frog have a little piece of straw in its mouth? Or hay?
A tiny one. Where's my hay?
Where's yeah, there it goes.
There you go.
Okay, so
Good looking out. Thanks, Josh.
what you'll do, you'll place your little friend there at the start of the entrance. Now, just to prevent any kind of shenanigans, you'll be locked into that shape until all the frogs cross the line down there.
What could possibly?
I don't like the wording of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I do either.
So,
Sure.
what about one that doesn't cross the line?
Like, what if it dies? It has a little froggy heart attack and just keels over in the middle of the
Well,
track.
Or gets
If
sent
it
to another
dies and
plane of existence?
isn't a frog anymore,
What if it
not
gets
one of
sent
the
to
frogs
another
in the
plane of?
race.
What happens when it gets sent to another plane of existence?
Why would that happen?
Don't ask
Somebody
questions. Just
cheating?
answer.
Oh, then we'd have to go get it.
If one of us wanted to participate besides our frog companion here, you could make that happen?
No, just eat this little cricket.
I eat the cricket.
You're a little frog.
Ribbit.
You're a tiny
Oh,
critter.
boy.
A little frog with
I don't think that those translated over.
That's too bad.
So you have two entrants then, or you still wish to?
Maybe
So
if I were at
participate.
100%, but I'm too tired to hop around.
Sure. Put me in, coach.
Do I still have my mind, or is it all about flies?
It's more about flies than it used to be, and you can smell them even from here at the starting point.
The prize.
But there are a whole lot of crickets there near that finish line.
Do I still feel kind of like a rogue, like I could like sneak attack a fly, or Or be all cunning and stuff?
It would take too long to sneak attack the fly. It's a lot quicker just to
Flick it.
glob onto it and chomp it right down.
That's kind of a sneak
Could
attack.
could you? Maybe, but it's a little bit more about the instincts of.
Oh.
We got good frog names from chat. We got Freldon and Quintog.
It's pretty great.
That's pretty good.
I approve.
Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Good job, guys. Good job.
And Bope, were you eating a cricket as well?
No, actually, I pass. I filled up on carrots this morning.
Okay.
Should have fed it to Mr. Peppers.
Turn Mr. Peppers into a frog temporarily. Sure, why not?
Is there any cost? Any
Just
downside?
just turn Mr. Peppers green and set him down.
No,
He's
it's
already
okay.
hoppy. I mean, what's the difference, really?
I'd hate for some fell magic or fey magic to keep him on the race forever, or some silly thing like that.
Frog?
Out of seemingly nowhere, Dolores produces 2 green foam frog hands.
Fantastic.
Y'all are
All total, there's about 16 entrants. We've got several who are cheering on their compatriots who are participating, and a couple that have allowed their familiars to participate. And
Quintog is limbering up.
I'm imagining what limbering
Top-
up looks like for a frog. Like stretching back one leg.
Stretch that back leg, but forward all the way past your head, and it's on the other side.
Okay.
All about the back legs.
and singing a little song.
Just a melodious one,
Oh.
Mostly only to other frogs, though.
Wow, wow, wow.
No, I think it was that "Hello, My Baby, Hello, My Darling"?
oh my ragtime gal.
Only until someone starts looking. Then it's just
Sing like no one's watching.
Draconic.
Good.
Okay, so it's to the races. And 3, 2,
Cunning
One.
action dash.
and the board is lifted.
Go, Quinton, go!
Cunning action dash. Yeah.
Freldon, I put
couple
my
of
money on you.
Oh yeah. Could we bet?
Yeah, you could certainly bet. There's a few frogs that are real frogs. You've got a couple of familiars out there, and you've got 9 that are transformed customers.
I'm in it for the cricket.
how many others
Some-
are actually druids, though? That's what I want to know.
Brave people.
Is that crocodile druid out here somewhere?
I was thinking of that.
Not to your knowledge, although one of the transformed frogs could easily be a druid type.
Are they also wearing like their own like little hat or necklace or something?
It's a fez instead,
Fezzes are cool.
or a top hat. They're the ones that were actually singing. Is that frog over there?
Top hat monocle.
Little tone deaf, but
Oh my baby, oh my darling.
All right. I put 10
Hey,
gold
but-
on Felden.
Okay. Well, it seems like we have some gold being put on you. How fast are you
Yeah.
going?
I would like to start with a standing leap to see if I can jump over any of the other frogs.
Okay.
Continue 10 feet beyond that, and then a dash beyond that.
Okay.
So I can standing leap from a dead stop 10 feet. Speed is 20, so I can make another 10 feet and then dash after that.
Okay.
10-foot leap as a frog is wow.
Yep. The frogs are moving out. And you notice that a couple of them are kind of back behind the others. They just don't seem to be moving quite as fast as some of the transformed ones.
Not motivated.
Motivation, yeah, that's the key.
One of them jumps into the other one. He hits it. And Bope, Delirious, Rinyan, give me perception checks.
14.
16.
19.
Okay, is that with disadvantage?
Yep.
Yes.
Really?
I've rolled 20s today. And I haven't been able to keep
Nice. Rinyan. It didn't look like he was doing the normal means of casting. But that guy over there just surreptitiously cast a spell.
Is that man bamboozling frogs? What has the world come to?
Where's the organizer? Is he nearby?
He's down near the finish line, kind of rooting on and trying to drum up enthusiasm in the crowd. And waving crickets around to make sure that the frogs are getting a good hearing those chirps and knowing where the food's at.
Like how far are we talking?
What, the distance?
Yeah.
The track is 100 feet long.
What we're probably in the middle. More than likely to watch a race, right?
Yeah, and the guy that was casting it is closer to the starting area.
Sure. I'm bored. Let's walk in that direction of the caster,
Okay.
and then when I'm within 30 feet, I will misty step behind him and be like, "Hey, what you doing?
Oh, huh? Where'd you come from?
I've been here the whole time, watching you."
No, you haven't been there the whole time. You're new. You just
Well,
weren't there, and then you're there.
Maybe you should have your eyes checked. This place plays mighty fine tricks on the mind.
It does indeed.
So what you doing?
Okay.
Got a horse in this race?
Indeed. I've got that one there, and he points to the frog that's at the very tail end of the group that just ran into the other frog. And oh my, the frog that he ran into, it's taking off.
Frog he ran into is taking off?
Oh no.
Yep.
Taking off as in what? Like that way? Like in the air?
In the air.
Huh. It's interesting.
Hey, someone's cheating.
I wonder who that could be. Whoever would have casted a spell today.
What?
Cannot lie to me. I witnessed it with my own two eyes. I am
What spell did I cast?
a witness. Doesn't matter. A spell was casted.
Haste.
I was improving my eyesight so I could watch the frogs.
I somehow doubt that. I know what I can do. I can detect magic to see if you have magic upon you.
Be my guest.
Or I could look at your frog.
My frog is right there.
Is he? You've told me this, but I do not know. Why would you be so disruptive?
What do you mean disruptive? I'm sure you're the one who's keeping me from paying attention to the race.
Well, I mean, if you're casting spells, shouldn't you be in a better position? To be back here is quite difficult to see.
That's why I needed my eyes.
Again, but then why not just step over there?
Because my frog was here. This is where I could encourage it to go fast. You're keeping me from encouraging him. You're making me lose. It's your fault.
Well, it's not very nice.
Yes, it's not very nice at all to make me lose.
To make you
Go,
lose.
frog! Go,
Let
go,
us
go!
think about these words.
If
Quinta,
I could encourage my frog. Okay. So our two racers. I need a dex check from the two of you.
Dang, my dex is actually better as a halfling than a frog. What the hell?
That surprises me.
is it modified at all, or just what we would normally have?
No, it's let's see, a frog's dex is 13.
Okay,
Well, that's-
So you
dexterity
get a +1.
saving throw then.
No, it's just a dex. Yeah, treat it like a saving throw.
What is strength their high
And-
stat?
24.
No, I'm going with dex.
5.
24.
5,
Ninja.
24.
I'm proficient in dexterity saving throws,
But frog's not.
but I am. How does this work? So we don't have our proficiencies.
Okay,
Whatever.
which would double the +1. Okay, I'll give it to you. Okay, Quentin's the first, or Quintfrog is the
Quintog.
first frog across the Quintog is the first one across the line, and most of the other frogs have all made it now, since Renian has been. Do you mind if I go get my frog?
Please.
He goes off to get his frog.
What about the one that went flying?
It's flying,
Well, somebody better catch it, or else everyone's going to be stuck in frog.
and
As long as it
yes,
crosses-
you you have quite a few people who are just now realizing that and are shouting after it.
I will go whistling back to Delirious and Hope.
Can I use my mage hand to try to catch the frog? I mean, it's small.
It's small. What kind of range do you have?
That's a good question.
So can I really not unwild shape? They even stuck me in here, even though I didn't eat one of their crickets.
You could try to unwild shape.
I try to unwild shape.
You unwild shape just fine.
Made 30 feet on mage hand.
Yeah, it's well beyond 30 feet at this point.
Well, maybe
Where?
Eldon can turn into a bird or something. Go catch it.
I can't really fly yet, but I can do this, and I will summon 2 giant eagles to go catch the frog. Not
Woo!
harm it, but catch it gently, and bring it back.
I don't know if
Okay.
eagles are good at gentle talons.
I would have gone. I would have gone with an unladen swallow.
They fly pretty fast.
Doesn't have to be alive; it has to be across the line.
Oh, that could be a person.
Then it will
mean-
revert back.
Better than magic missile.
Yeah. I can do 2 eagles. So there we go, giant eagles.
Giant eagles.
Very intelligent. Therefore, I'm sure they can manage this delicately.
We'll see.
Delicate with their giant claws.
Flying
Down.
frogs.
Yeah.
Quintog doesn't care. He's all about the crickets right now.
Dom, 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 dom.
Proud of you. I'll admit,
Legs.
a little disappointed in myself, but good job all the same.
Yeah, you're
Actually,
not the only one, Eldon.
You know what? That's the first time I've ever been a frog.
Oh, that explains it. Could have said something before I bet on you.
Okay, you're
You just assume I
looking
spent
for
many
giant
times-
eagles.
Yes.
Fly speed of 80 feet.
Yes. Correct. Pretty sure it's 2. Even if it's just 1, that's fine.
See, you should have gone with the giant frog.
Well, giant frogs don't fly.
No,
And-
I meant for the race.
Oh, for the race. I never
I
seen a
could've-
giant frog.
I
so
could have
don't
helped
think
with that.
I turned into a giant frog.
Okay, you see the eagles starting to gain on it, and it dives down, and your eagles come back to you, or at least one of the eagles comes back to you. And the other one is kind of circling.
What?
And-
What? They didn't continue to keep trying to catch it? Like, I've got them for like an hour.
Well,
The one
like I
is
said,
coming-
you have one circling over there, and one comes back to you. Can you talk to them?
I can. Yes, I can.
Okay.
And they're actually very intelligent, so they can understand what I'm saying. Like, catch the frog. Come on, guys. This is why I got you here, to catch the frog. Go bring the frog
But-
across the line. Y'all are...
We can't reach it.
What do you mean you can't reach it? Of course you can reach it. It's up in the sky.
No. As soon as we were up there chasing it, it dived down and is under the vegetation. It's under the tree trunk.
Show me where it's at.
To the tree
Yeah,
trunk.
You
he's
just Give me a ride.
he's over there making sure it doesn't get out.
All right, well, give me a ride over there. Come on. They're large. I'm small, so.
Okay.
Those are
Man,
big eagles.
big eagles.
Okay.
Large eagles. Oof.
And he takes you over to the garden plots,
Got to be the garden plots. Of course it is.
and
Follow me.
says, "There, down there, that little hole. We don't fit."
Aha. Thank you. All right. Is
Eat
it
a mongoose.
like literally in a hole?
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently, we scared it, and it got there before we could close the distance.
A flying frog. A flying frog. All right.
A flying frog with intelligence.
Now you guys wait here. If it comes back out, you catch it and you hold it here. All right. Don't kill it.
Quintog offers Bope some crickets.
Bope eats one.
And I will wild shape into a weasel because I do have that. All right. And just shimmy down there. I'm going to find this frog. Dang it.
Okay.
It's so cunning. You could pin a tail on it and call it a weasel.
I bet that.
Okay,
frog
you're
had 5 kids.
you're a little weasel chasing down the frog.
Weasels are very fast.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. You've got the frog cornered.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to get it. It's just a frog.
Yeah, it's there's not really too much area for it to get away. You kind of at the end of a long hole where it doesn't have an escape route.
Yeah. Let's do it. What do you need me to roll to catch this frog? I will roll it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a weasel's plus is, but I mean the frog isn't
We got
too much
giant-
there.
I've got a giant weasel in front of me. That's a +5, so it's probably a little less than that.
Yeah, I would say that you're not a giant weasel if you're fitting in the hole.
Fair enough. Okay, that was not a very good roll. I rolled
Let's
a
see.
I rolled a 5. So with a regular weasel's
Mhm.
modifier, it's probably not.
Regular weasel is a +5 to hit.
Yeah.
So it's a
Wow.
10 then. There you go. Dex plus proficiency, I assume.
Its dex is +3.
There we go. Makes sense. Yeah.
So what's your total?
10. 10 total.
10? Frog got out of the way.
Son of a bitch. All
Whew.
right.
Well
And
done, Bridget.
it's heading up the
By
up the
one.
tunnel.
More
And-
fool it.
Now that frog is moving out. So I need you to roll to hit from your eagle.
From both of them?
Now you've got one up there. No, not both of them because they wouldn't both be able to get near a tiny creature.
So they do have multi-attack though, Ken. So can I get with 2 attempts?
Yeah.
Can I have 2 attempts there?
Sure.
All right. Giant eagles are at +5 also. That is a 12 and a 16 to hit.
Okay.
To grapple, as it were.
A 16.
Bope is just taking out Mr. Peppers and letting him play with
Quintog.
Quintog.
Quintog's going to try and ride him.
The eagle?
The frog is
The
right
frog.
on the belly.
Mr. Peppers.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, you are now out of the hole. You see the eagle trying to grapple with the frog, and not being able to grasp it. Its claws seem to have bounced off, and the frog hurries into that little hut over there.
A hut?
A hut. He's over in the garden plots.
I'm gonna scurry after it, I guess, and give the eagle the nod. Like, you better dang follow.
Okay, the frog's moving out. Your estimate, to put it in D&D parlance, has a 60-foot move. Your eagles have 80-foot move, so they're doing a little bit better. But as a fly speed, it can move out a little bit faster than the weasel can. Weasel covers the distance, and he gets there around later. Are you calling the eagles off of going into the hut?
No. I can't speak for starters, so
Okay.
they're still on it. I'm pretty sure. What is happening?
Surely
think at
this
this
will go
point-
down in the register of our greatest deeds.
Okay.
Hope would wander over, see if Eldon needs some help.
There's just
But
a
the-
weasel chasing after some giant eagle into one of the huts right now. That's what.
Okay. The eagles go into the hut and are then they withdraw, and they're looking around. Obviously, they seem to be looking for you. Did they see you turn into a weasel?
Yeah,
Into the weasel?
otherwise they wouldn't have been able to get down the hole. So yeah.
Okay, so they saw it. They know you're the weasel.
I'll come
Why
back
they
out.
try to eat?
As you're going over to the hut, they say,
Well, I don't think they can speak, but I'll turn
Okay.
back into regular Eldon.
okay.
Not weaseled, make sure my hat's straight, and I think they, because of my class feature, I think they can communicate with me a little bit.
Well, you said you could talk to them, so
I can talk
I
to
just-
them.
I don't know if you could talk to them as a weasel.
No, not as a weasel. I do gain
Okay.
the ability to decipher their noises and motions, so I can understand them a little bit. Yeah,
Decipher
Okay.
noises and emotions.
that was the speech of the wood thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
So
kept them from grabbing it, but the one eagle was sure he had the frog. And
I got a 13 on my animal handling to ride Mr. Peppers
okay,
with disadvantage.
okay, then it's quite entertaining to watch.
Like, if Bope's coming, I'm like, Bope,
Yeah,
There's a-
Eldon, what's going on? Where's
I
the?
don't know,
where's the-
there's like
where's the
some
frog?
weird magic frog shit going on, like, and the eagles apparently can't grab it. Whatever, I don't know what's going on. I literally saw it trying to grasp it in its talons, and it couldn't touch it. Like, there's
Do we
some
just need to
wonky
bring it
shit going
down?
on. It's
Do we
it's
just
in
need to?
it's in
kill
the
it?
hut. It's in this hut right here.
Okay.
And the eagle said, "There's someone that chased us out,
Chased you
and yeah, we thought it would be appropriate not to be in there."
out. Okay, I will
Yeah.
lightly rap on the door of the hut and go, "Excuse me, there's a frog that needs to cross the finish line for the other patrons of the Fey Market to be able to be patrons."
Go
again."
away!
No.
Hey, This is my place.
You have a frog in there that needs to come out.
Well, I'll kill it when I find it.
I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
but it might be a person.
But then it won't be a frog anymore.
Look, that frog needs to cross the finish line from the toad in the road thing, because other people are turning into frogs and they don't get to be people again until the frogs cross the finish line. Do you understand?
Oh, where?
Oh,
Tell me
man.
you need some crickets. That's my problem?
It's about to be.
Can we try to open the door?
With a fireball?
Wasn't what I
Starting
was
with my
gonna do.
hands. Starting with my hands.
I was about to cast Erupt Earth, I'm not going to lie. But,
Oh, fireballs in the what do you say? It's in
The realm of
barrel.
possibility?
Yep. Now, by the way, the hut, while it looked huge as a weasel, it's downright comfy for the two of you.
Look, I think
It's your size.
we got off on the wrong little foot. Why don't you open the door? We could talk about this like gnomes.
I don't want to talk about it like a gnome.
What do you want
look,
to talk about it like?
there's a frog. We need the frog. Please, can we be civil
I'll
about
throw it in a
this?
stew then.
We need
No.
the frog to cross a finish line.
What's in it for me then?
Well, if you're
Apparently, I have something you want.
if you're a vendor, it's in your best interest for the people who are currently frogs to turn back into people and keep shopping.
Because they are customers of the Fey Market.
Oh, where?
Bo, you need to convince me not to turn this house upside down right now.
Quintog
right.
croaks.
You need to convince me not to turn it into a fireball.
You
I
live in
think,
an awfully flammable house to be talking so
yes.
much shit.
I think what you need is to not have a house that's on fire, right? So now we have
Oh shit,
something
wait,
that you need.
guys.
Point of order.
Houses are property.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
You're just making threats. Relax.
You never make a threat you're not willing to follow through, and I'm sure I've told you this lesson before.
Who said I wasn't gonna follow through? Open the door.
That's the problem.
Hang on, all of you, before you become hysterical. Jesus.
Are either of you two there?
Hang on.
Yes.
I mean, what else are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What else do we have to
Amusing
do?
babysitting
I don't know.
Quintog as far as
You
I know.
haven't said anything.
Quintog and Peppers followed Bope.
Yeah.
I'm riding Peppers.
Yes.
Now, this individual indicated that they do have possession of the frog, therefore indicating that they are interrupting market business, and it is within their best interest to not be tracked down by the organizers of said event. But
Not
that's
my frog.
This is your opportunity to
No.
explain that and persuade him.
it's your frog. You said you have custody of it.
Nope. You're the ones who said it's in here. I haven't found it yet.
No, you said that you yourself said that what was the wording? You said the word that indicated that you have control of the frog.
You did say you throw it in a stew.
No, I will throw it in the stew when I find it.
No, before that, after that, it was.
It's also not helpful.
I think it's actually a good idea to get the person who's running the frog race over here, because if something happens to this possible person turned into frog, he's not going to be very popular next time he wants to run the frog race.
You want to go get him real quick?
Yeah, but not me. I can't run fast.
What?
I'm literally at half speed, so it shouldn't be me.
What do you at half speed for?
2 levels of
Oh,
exhaustion.
2. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. You had 2 levels
Then you
over
minus
the course of a night.
Yeah.
You recover 1.
You recover.
So you're
one,
only at 1.
sleep and
So
eat.
you're only at 1 level of exhaustion. Or were you at 3 last night?
I can't remember anymore.
Yeah,
I might have rolled
you
poor
got
enough to get
2.
3.
No.
I have
Yeah. The first night you had made your save,
right.
and so you only had 1 level of exhaustion. You recovered that with 8 hours of sleep. The second night, you failed your save, ending up with 2 levels of exhaustion. You recover 1 level during the course of the night's sleep.
Okay.
So you're only at 1 level.
Okay.
And no one has 2 levels of exhaustion right now. However,
Well, then-
Eldon is the only one who is totally
I guess
free and
I can go get the frog race guy since I'm not very useful right here.
Are there any open windows?
there's lots of gaps in the hut. You could crawl in there fairly easy if you were tiny.
You know what?
Like a frog.
Screw it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the door.
Oh no.
Okay.
He's been talking to a furbolg.
Who do we see?
Who is it?
You see a brownie in there.
Of course, it's a brownie. I was hoping for the red cap. That guy was at least pretty cool. All right.
Well, you've had your fun. I think it's time. I suggest that you give us the frog immediately. Wisdom save.
I haven't found him yet. And stay out of my house.
He's
You
doing a
have to make wisdom
suggestion.
save for suggestion. DC 15.
I don't have a frog.
As soon as we find it, we will be out of your hair.
Yeah. Enter the place and start looking.
Okay, so you do enter his. Okay.
Bope does. Yeah.
Yep. Ain't scared of no brownie. Tired of his crappy attitude too. Happen to be neighborly.
Mm.
People suffering as frogs right outside.
Mm.
Now, he's got
Aw.
Quentins for days, so he may not be suffering that much. He's got crickets for days. What did I say? Did I say Quentins?
Yeah, you said he had Quentins for days.
He's got crickets for days.
We do have
Quintogs, okay.
May not be suffering that much currently, but he'll probably get bored of being a frog soon.
Okay. Yep. You find the frog in a boot over there underneath the bed.
All right. Can I grab it?
Roll me a check.
Actually, can I just close the top of the boot and carry it out?
We have to
Yes,
make sure we
you
can turn
can.
this boot.
You may
Yes.
certainly do so.
Okay. Bope will take that burden upon himself and leave with the boot.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Boot.
Be right back. Shut up.
Okay. So you have to return that to me.
We will.
I will.
Well,
Yeah.
they'll return the boot, but not the frog.
I will rush over to the
Frog's
line.
not mine.
Good.
Can I drag the boot along the line, the finish line?
You may certainly drag the boot across the line.
Good.
And it
point.
doesn't matter
Look
which
to-
way you cross the line. You can cross it
Okay.
from the other way if you want.
Yeah,
I
that's what the
look
rules
to
say.
And
Quintog.
as soon as you do that, I need a dex save.
Oh, because now it's going to turn into a person.
Should have pitched it out.
Hope it doesn't blow up the boot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That is a 14.
Mr. Peppers gets out from underneath Quentin just fine.
Oh!
Wouldn't want a squished rabbit.
That could have had tragic consequences.
Mm.
We'd have had to bring get
Fire,
around.
Fireballs would have come out.
You'd have to find yourself a new Mr. Peppers. Mr. Peppers, which one are you on now? The fourth? The fifth?
Well, it's easier if you don't keep track.
Yeah, rabbits don't live for a whole long.
Hey, don't.
I head back to the
Good.
cricket awards and start filling my pockets.
Okay.
Still crunching on them, just like when I was a kid.
Taste for crickets.
I immediately
You're
take the
given
boot.
a little bag of little bag.
I will take it.
You don't want to like roast them or something? You're just gonna snack on raw crickets?
I love it when they squirm. Yum, yum.
Okay.
Chewy fillings. It's good for you.
I
Yeah,
immediately
but they're
take the boot
roasted. Yeah, they're better roasted.
and give it back to the brownie.
To each their own.
What brownie?
What?
What?
I said I immediately bring the boot back to the brownie.
Yeah, what brownie?
The one in the.
I bring it back
What?
to the abode and throw it in the door. I don't even
There
look
is
back.
there is no hut there.
Oh god damn! Now we've stolen something.
I go to the
Ugh.
furbolgs and give it to them, saying, "Do you ever lost and found? Somebody lost this."
Okay.
This is oh. I feel like maybe we've been set up.
You think?
I think.
This is what happens when you're not paranoid enough. You don't think of these things.
Settle your mind, settle your stomach, have a
I
cricket.
wanted
No,
to
not until
uproot
you
the
roast them.
entire hut and flip it over, but no, destruction of property. Now we've stolen a boot.
Well, I feel like
I hear
destroying
ya.
the house would probably be a harsher sentence, but
Maybe, but it would have
We'll
been more
find out.
satisfying in the end. The
That's
brownie
it.
was being an asshole.
that's true. That's
Do you
all
s-
true.
Still
Brownie
have the
was being
spell
an
prepared?
asshole on purpose.
Do you still
When
have the
will you
spell
guys
prepared?
listen to the words that I say about the deviousness of this place? But no, it's fine.
Oh, we listened.
Look, the hag gave us apples and was a sweetheart. Look, it's you can't always make your judgments based on appearances.
Mm.
So, where are we going next?
I think I'm ready to call it for the night, fellas.
Yeah, I need to sort out all these new thoughts in my head.
What'd you get as your reward there, Quinn?
Crickets.
Crickets? Was there something else they were giving out?
I'm in that bag there, right?
What's that?
Didn't you get a bag of something?
Yeah, crickets.
You sure?
I'll check.
Yeah,
Cecil?
it's a bag full of crickets.
Well, that
Not
is disappointing.
super, not overstuffed full, but yeah, it's got lots of little crickets in there.
Stupendous.
Sorry if I got your hopes up. It just kind of looked like that was like a coin purse of some kind.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. Although it seems to be able to be tied a lot tighter than most coin purses
Yeah, it would
in
have
order
to be.
to keep the
Coins don't
crickets in
try to
there.
jump out.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
You won some crickets. Congrats.
Yep.
All right. I think we leave the Fey Market.
Mm.
Okay, and the gnome. He owes a debt.
Yeah, what of it?
You owe a debt to the green man.
Well, he knows where to find me.
He'll find you. That's how this magic works.
He turned the boot in.
Yeah, you guys have the boot.
That's fine. If you give it back to him, maybe he will take that as payment for the debt. And
Okay.
if you can get that into the council with him, if that's what you took, that would suffice. But
Well,
without it going into the council or into the center, the council seat there, you owe a debt.
Can't y'all summon him or whatever? The debtor that
If he wishes to claim the debt, most certainly.
well, if he wanted the debt to be paid, he would have not disappeared when I tried to give him his boot back. So, I shrug.
I take the Green Man medallion and I kind of rub it on my junk.
Okay.
That's what I think of him.
Yeah, normally I'd say that's a little crass, but it seems really appropriate right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
It's still crass, but
Peaks comes down and says, if you owe a debt, he'll know where to find you.
Good.
Oh, he did that on
Nice.
purpose, is what he's saying.
Tension the rest of us.
Okay.
How much time until the market closes for today?
Probably about 3 or 4 hours.
Did someone prepare a spell earlier to try and find the Korad here?
Yeah, sure did.
See if the hut's around? We just need to return it to the hut, right?
Yeah, I think that's where the brownie lived. I could try.
Hey. Can't take the spell slots with you.
Yeah.
What's that? Locate object?
As long as that hut counts as an object, yes. It is locate object, yeah.
I'm looking it up.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You can sense the direction of the object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its motion.
Maybe you can scry for
Okay.
the other boot.
Either one.
No, because we're familiar with it. I mean, boots look like their pair.
Sure, I just don't want it to accidentally trigger on the boot we have with us already.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Well, because
Right,
I'm
just
thinking
imagine
that
left.
the house might.
Like this boot, but mirror imaged.
Didn't the brownie just say, you guys said you would return it to the house, right? Didn't say you would give it to him.
Well, the house
Yeah,
disappeared.
Said we'd bring it right back, yeah. Yeah, so would you let me do locate object on the brownie's hut?
About the doorknob.
Let's see. The brownie's
Door
hut.
How about the door that I touched and opened?
Okay. You find it. It's about 50 or 60 feet away from where it used to be, and it doesn't quite look the same. But your spell says this is the same hut.
Seems legit.
This one's a bigger hut, though. This one's human-sized.
Polymorph hut. I hate that spell.
Well, we already know from previous examples that the huts themselves are full of magic, correct, Bope?
It's true.
Yes.
As
Transformation
in
magic.
transfiguration magic is what
Yes.
you said, I believe.
It is.
So it would not be out of sorts to say that they can grow or shrink as necessary.
Especially if the green man was posing as a brownie before, right, fellas? Right? Am I right?
He is the
Yes.
Puppetmeister.
So perhaps knock on door, throw in boot.
Yeah. You got that boot, Boat?
Maybe you have to
Sure.
go
Here it
get
is.
back.
Just go. Is there a surly brownie in here? And I open the door. Throw it.
Okay.
No take backsies. No take backsies.
Okay, and on your way out, the furbolgs tell you that the mark has left you.
Good job, Eldrin.
High five.
That was some quick thinking.
Thank
was
you,
too
Quentin, for
easy.
the suggestion. Good call.
Okay, and I need charisma saves from everybody.
Let's see if I can do 3 nights in a row of good Christmas days.
Natural 20.
19.
18.
18.
21.
Whew.
And Renyon.
Uno momento. Looks like 15.
Ah, okay. Everyone only picked up 1 level of exhaustion today.
So I'm
You
still gonna
just you haven't shopped until you dropped enough.
Don't think we did any shopping today. Well, I
No,
did.
not today.
No,
I feel like I did a lifetime's worth of shopping.
Yeah. Knowledge is power. Yeah.
Somebody got a hot set of dominoes, but we don't know that.
Dice.
Dragon.
Oh, dice.
Why are you assuming they're stolen?
He meant as far as like your luck,
Yeah, they're just awesome.
You're on a hot
I
streak.
mean, they are stolen, but how
But it's
dare you
wrong if you
assume
assume.
that?
Okay.
Good to be back in
And-
material plane.
Yep. If you want, the evening will pass uneventfully, and you can get a good night's rest.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And,
Yeah.
and
want.
next week we'll go for day 4.
Hmm.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. The Velkyn Weave is facing down day 4, and last time to make that choice of whether they go into the market or they head off to the Blightness. We'll see what they figure out next week.
Night, folks.
Night.